no more things I used to do. I don't do no more, for the Lord's made a change in me.
Hello, this is Real History with Melissa, and today is the 8th of January, 2026. And I am here with Neil Foster, and we haven't actually said more than hello this morning, and I haven't talked to Neil in a couple of months. So we're going to dive in and just have a little conversation about hello, Neil, how are you?
I'm okay.
That's it? Just
Okay.
okay?
Yeah, well, yeah. The UPS thing wasn't a great thing this year. It was always a part-time job, but I sent you a little thing there on a court case in New York about UPS being sued for $45 million for wages they haven't paid and unfair wage practices.
Hmm.
That's been going on for years, even where I am. And I hope it comes back to bite them in the rear end because they loan people a lot of money.
Well,
Apart from that,
it's
it's fine.
interesting. It's interesting because I have another listener that I think I'm going to be doing a real history with in just a couple of weeks. And her husband is also he may be closer to a full-time driver. And
Mhm.
they are the last time I talked to them was probably a good 2 months ago. And they were in a similar situation of,
Well, the regular drivers are very unhappy because they're getting yeah, as I mentioned before, the union made a deal the last time. They cut our season in half, and it's funny the Teamsters are involved in this case in New York after screwing us over in the first place. But yeah, the regular drivers are getting all their hours cut basically to 8 hours a day. They're not getting overtime, so they're probably earning less than they were before the pay rise. But
ugh,
hey, if you want $50 an hour, then something's going to give.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
You know. $50 an hour is just stupidity. But,
Well, it's nice work if you can get it. Isn't that that old song from
well,
the
yeah. I
30s?
mean, they've got another couple of years, and then they'll be in for another union agreement. So how much do they want next time?
Yeah.
Now, I think personally, when an attorney general gets involved in something like this with unlimited backing and says it's going to go statewide or countrywide if this goes to court, then I think this is about taking UPS down personally
Hmm.
because there can be only one, right?
Hmm.
And it ain't going to be UPS, and it won't be FedEx either. So that leaves one, right? We know which one that is.
Yep.
And they're
Okay.
the only ones building new depots.
Well, they have to fund their Mars, their space explorations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you
So that's
what.
that. Anyway, so that was that. Um,
So what else
my yeah, I had that little thought on our discussion last time about the Safe Food Preparation Act
Okay.
and the Euthanasia Act was snuck in there, assisted
Yes.
dying.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to be a spoiler for Nick because the last I heard they hadn't watched Soylent Green yet. But
Well, I actually sent Nick a message yesterday and I said, Nick, Neil said that you have got to you've got to hurry up and watch Soylent Green. And he wrote me back and he said he hopes you've watched it. He said, I haven't seen it actually. It's pretty hard to avoid spoilers, so I know what happens in the end. I also
all
know
right.
they made Soylent into a real drink. It was in the category of liquid meals along with Huel, which is it's spelled Huel, human fuel. And he
Mhm.
said, he gave me a link to it, nutrition shakes and bars called Soylent.
Yeah. Well, in the movie, of course, it was little wafers.
Yes,
But the last two scenes, if you think about a food preparation act, like safe food
yes,
preparation, and you think about um, what's in it, the food itself. In the last, I think it's second last scene, you've got the Edward G. Robinson or Edward C.
uh,
Robinson, whatever his name is,
yes,
going into the nice, pleasant euthanasia centre
yeah.
with the nice pictures on the wall and the screens and all that and the nice music. And he gets handed a glass or like it looks like one of these glasses he's using in a chemistry lab, full of a liquid, which is exactly what they're talking about doing uh, for people who are going to assist in their own death.
Hmm.
They've got to drink this stuff. So there's your nice sanitary condition. It's all pleasant, it's all clean, there's not a speck of dust anywhere. So there's your safe food preparation area.
Hmm.
And of course, the last scene is just Charlton Heston characters being dragged away, shouting, "Soylent Green is food, is people."
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, maybe that's why they put them together. Who knows?
Aye.
But we
It's
know there's already aborted fetal cells in products, so you know they're already doing it.
it's true.
So,
It's true.
and well, I think Obama said that's just normal business practice.
Yeah.
Maybe it is for them. Maybe it's normal for them to eat aborted fetal cells. I don't know. Certainly
Uh,
not normal in any shape or form.
no, but this is, I mean, we know the agenda, and so we know that they had to take us slowly over time to the place where we don't think that that's a problem. We think
No,
it's
like
okay.
yeah, like getting injected with monkey kidney serum.
Yeah, I mean I mean it was years ago that there's a poem, if I can find it, I will, that Alan wrote to go along with the show of, you know, grandma becomes fertilizer that you put into
Hmm.
the
Yeah, I
garden.
remember that.
And yeah,
Well, that was a news article about
well,
that.
it was a news article, and
Yeah.
he made a poem out of the idea of it. And this is going on. I regularly find these because see what's happening in the U.S. for a long time, as opposed to MAID or assisted, what is it called? Medical assistance in
And
dying,
dying. Yeah.
MAID, is a Canada-wide project. And what's happening in the States is it's state by state. So I think the one most recently passing it was Illinois,
Hmm.
but it's what they're regularly posting is these articles about all of the things that you can do with the refuse, the
Hmm.
product, the end product there, and turning it into fertilizer. And I think there was one there, it was like road fill. They have roadkill, now it's road
Uh,
fill.
yeah.
It's disgusting. But
Well,
this
actually,
is
just leave grandma on the road. You don't have to
yeah.
bother with the ambulance. It
Yeah.
just gets kind of ground into it. Yeah.
No.
Hey, that pothole's gone. Yes, so's Granny. Yeah. Yeah. It's, well, I mean, would it surprise you? Yeah.
No, actually, it wouldn't. I mean, it's a gallows humor, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Mhm.
So,
Well, I mean, what else? If they're talking about using, grandma for compost, well, what else are they using them for?
well, it's either. I mean, this is kind of on my mind right now because I just finished a project a week ago. I had the great displeasure. I gave myself the great displeasure of reading back to back Thomas Huxley, followed by Julian Huxley's presentations for something called the Romanes Lectures out of Oxford, where they're talking about, the wonderful, wonderful theory of evolution. And you really see the project to knock man off the pedestal. And so that is what it is. We are either a sacred creation or we're another animal. And once we
Yeah. Wait.
accept that we're another animal, hey, anything's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. But then, if we accept we're animals, animals have more rights than we do. So how does
Well,
that work?
yeah, yep, yeah,
I'll be an animal if I get the same rights as them. How about that?
yeah.
You're not allowed to go culling them, unless it's authorized. But it's funny you mentioned Illinois. There's a governor apparently elected who doesn't even know what he is.
Well, it's the
That's a mentally ill
governor.
person.
The governor is the cousin or brother or whatever. I think it's a cousin of the person that doesn't know. So J.B. Pritzker is the governor of Illinois. And
Jennifer.
then the cousin is Jennifer.
I thought
Yeah,
Jennifer was a governor.
no, Jennifer's not the governor. Jennifer is a billionaire who gives a lot of money across the country on training programs, education, different things, but mostly having to do with the promotion of transgender ideology in schools and universities. That's
Well,
Jennifer.
keep it in the family.
Yeah,
Keep it in
I
the
may,
family.
what I'll do, I'll link to, I covered a little bit of Aspen Institute. It's probably been a couple of years now. And I talked
I
about the
remember that.
Pritzker family because they're Council on Foreign Relations, Trilateral, Aspen Institute, blah, blah, blah. And they're spread out like octopus
Well,
tentacles or,
they also turn up in Whitney Webb's book, One Nation Under Blackmail, where
oh,
there's links to
really?
organized crime. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I should send you that page. True.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do. Yeah.
I'm on volume 2 of that. It's I mean it's kind of written just linking all these things together. There's not a great narrative to it, but I mean it just shows you the whole. I mean it's basically talking about America, but it just shows you the whole country just run on criminality from top to bottom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Epstein's a small part of it, really.
Well, yeah. The thing about Epstein, the Epstein files, I find, I finally got tired of hearing about it simply because they're never going to bring in the intelligence agencies who
No.
set up Epstein. And I
Well,
mean, that's really what this is about.
my thought on that is why have we even heard about it at all?
No,
Why is it in the media? Is
exact.
is it in the media to keep everybody in check? Because that's what it sounds like. It's like you do what you're told, or this is going to come out, and we're just dangling it over your head. We know you're
I'm
in there,
sure, at a certain level, absolutely, yeah.
but
For
the
those,
public, there's
for
no
the
outcry in the
punter,
public.
yeah, no,
There's no outcry. I mean, where I still hear people, saying, "Oh, well, you should contact your MP, you should contact this congressman." Well, they're probably in it.
hmm
And
hmm
what are they going to do? They're not going to help you. They don't give a damn about you. They never have
No,
done. And when are people going to realize that?
if people have to connect the dots and understand, and if they can't connect the dots and understand that this is over their politicians,
Mhm.
what do you go to them and say, well, we want you to stop being corrupt and doing
Yeah.
really bad things that you can get blackmailed for. No,
Hmm.
there has to be a way of bringing this out. And if there was a way of bringing it out into the public and saying these are honeypot operations at the very highest level.
And all the intelligence agencies work together.
Yep.
They're not fighting each other.
No. But
Doesn't matter who they are.
nobody's going to talk about that.
No.
So, don't
Oh well,
hold your
okay.
breath.
Well, let's take a big jump into a different subject. This criminal act of
Uh,
kidnapping a foreign president.
uh,
That's just banditry.
yeah.
And now they're bragging about, oh, we've got all this oil. Oh, so you're stealing it.
Yes. See, and
We
Neil, when this was going on in the fall, when it was attacking one cargo container
little
ship after,
boats,
yeah, or little boats or
little boats
whatever.
that could never get to the US.
Yeah. And you got people hanging on the back of the boat, and we're told, I mean, there were 11 people killed in one, I think. And it's like, how did they even get 11 people in a boat that size? What were
Yeah.
they? I mean,
Why do you need 11 people to smuggle drugs?
yeah. So the whole thing, and I just kept thinking at that time, there's no legal channel has been gone through to do this. This operation is completely illegal. And then I started looking into, the drugs, because this is the excuse. And I was listening to Alan talk about on a talk yesterday, talking about Edward Bernays and the whole Guatemala. Let's overthrow a
Hmm.
properly elected leader of a country because United Fruit Company's
Hmm.
dealings down there are being
They want
threatened
to
by.
they want their
Yeah,
bananas.
yeah, exactly. And so as I was listening, I wanted that reminder, and I listened to that, and this is what's going on. And by that I mean a Bernays type operation of propaganda, relentless propaganda. So we're hearing, oh, good, we got some drug. Well, the drugs that are coming in there, I mean, cocaine, the amount of cocaine that comes from Venezuela into the U.S. is nominal compared to
Colombia.
Colombia, yeah,
Yeah.
Colombia, and who else?
What
Peru.
comes through Mexico,
Well, yeah,
basically.
and
Yeah.
fentanyl's coming out of Mexico.
Yeah. No, it's not coming out of Venezuela.
Mm-mm.
That's at all. And that was the excuse they used.
That's the excuse they use, and then this whole, the whole thing. I mean, I don't want to get into the details that much necessarily, but the whole thing is gangsterism. And I
Yeah.
like that I didn't get all the way through it. I didn't even get very much through it because it was a long
Well, I listened to it in
thing.
the car, so that was
Yeah.
all right. But I
You
mean, yeah, it's all
It's just
all
mentioning
shit.
there's a video I'll post you called Government by Gangsterism. And here's the thing too, even showing the celebrating Venezuelans here,
Hmm.
this can be debunked on a certain level because in some cases it's already been shown that you're looking at old footage. In other cases, who are all these people who fled the persecution? Well, a lot of them were just political opponents.
Hmm.
They
Or economic migrants.
or economic migrants. Now, am I saying Maduro is a good guy? That's not
None of
the
them are good.
point. None of
None of
them are
them are good.
good. But we've got a president down there, and does he talk about? I mean, does he stay focused on the drugs? Okay, look what we're going to do. We're going to clean it up and no, we're going to take control of this country and over their oil operations. They stole this oil
Mhm.
from us, huh?
Mhm. It's on their land. I don't see how that works out.
Yeah,
It's the argument about why they had to go in and get Saddam, right? Because
yeah.
he was stealing oil, or he went after Kuwait because they were stealing oil from Iraq, which they were. But he got to go ahead, and then they went, we can go after him now. He's a bad guy. It's just all smoke and mirrors and lies, just lies everywhere.
It is. It's.
Um,
I mean, think for a moment if any country came in with that kind of gunpowder and airplanes and so forth and went over the White House and took Donald and Melania and locked them up somewhere and said, we are taking control of this country because it's being run by criminals.
they'd be right. They'd be spot. I mean, Iran could come over and say, right, we're gonna fly over the White House and kidnap Donald Trump because he started all these wars, and we know we're on the list.
Yeah.
Illegal wars. Yeah, he's a war
Uh-huh.
criminal. He's supporting a genocide, so we're just going to put a stop to that. I say this to Americans who still think the military is a good option for them. It's like, what would happen if Iraq came over, Iraqis or Iranians or Chinese or whoever came over and just flew into America and started shooting the place up and flying bombing raids and everything. They said, oh, we'd all pick up our guns and fight them. I said, well, you'd be called terrorists, wouldn't you? Because that's what they're called.
Hmm.
And they go, no, we'd be freedom fighters. Oh, well, one man's terrorist, another man's freedom fighter. That old quote. Yeah. They
Yeah.
just don't get it. They just don't
Yeah.
get it. What right has anybody got to go into your country and you're not allowed to fight back? I mean, it's the only reason I'd ever join the military is if somebody invaded Scotland. That's it. That's the only reason to join a military is to defend your own country.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm too old
Absolutely.
to join it, but there you go. But no, that's the only reason you should ever join a military. You should never join it to protect anybody else. That's up to them,
Yeah.
you know. And it's like they talk about China, the control in China. Well, there's how many millions in China? If they just all stop working or just saying, we're not doing this, there's nothing they could do about it. It's again, it comes down to numbers, isn't it? People just
Hmm.
decide to screw their brain in
Hmm.
and say enough's enough. We're not having it. It's but common sense is a thing of the past.
Well, it is, and here's the thing now. I mean, I just love the way they give us the talking points. So Trump has called Venezuela part of the Axis of Socialism.
We've gone from evil to socialism now. Is
Yeah.
that worse? Is that worse?
Oh,
Well, what did you
wow.
think? What did you think UBI is?
Yeah.
What do you think that is?
Yeah.
Uh,
It's amazing. It's amazing.
yeah. Sorry for those who aren't used to acronyms. That's a universal basic income. We have to explain
Yes.
that because
Yeah.
they explain it the other way around. So there you go.
Yeah.
But
So,
no, it's the axis of socialism. If people want socialism, that's up to them.
yeah.
I said it to somebody else the other day. They were talking about voting and all this. I says, listen, if you really believed in democracy, and by the way, you don't live in a democracy, you live in a constitutional republic, and they didn't even know that. They think they
Hmm.
live in a democracy.
Hmm.
They're convinced of it. And I say, well, if you really believe in democracy and you think we've got one, then at this stage, less than half the population votes, so we should have anarchy. And he went, what? I says, well, you're saying you believe in democracy. Surely the 51% or whatever it is that didn't vote have a right to to say what's going on because the other 49% are the minority. And it just, shrug the shoulders and conversation over. They don't want
Yeah.
to engage. They don't want to engage in anything remotely realistic. And I said,
Mm.
but again, it's like explaining to my dad what anarchy is. I had to explain to them that anarchy doesn't mean, running around the streets trashing the place. It just means no rulers. That's it. And
Hmm.
who could argue with that? Do you want to be
Hmm.
ruled? That's called monarchy. You know what? Well, what? Yeah, you may as well have a king or queen if you want to be ruled.
Yeah. I,
I mean,
well,
every child, more or less rebels against their parents at some point because they don't want to be told what to do. You go through that phase. Oh, no, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not wearing that silly shirt you want to put on me or whatever it is. You rebel at some point on something. Doesn't matter how minor or major it is. Everybody has something to say to their parents at some point and say, "Now, I've had enough of this. I'm an adult now."
yeah.
Well, what's happened to them? They've gone back to being children.
Yes. Yeah.
They take no responsibility for
I,
anything.
yeah. I mean, I was thinking about that recently. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of definitions for an adult, but I came up with one for myself for the purposes of what I was working on.
Is this to describe you personally or somebody else or general?
Yeah. No,
Be careful.
yeah. No, this is just a definition of an adult. This is not me describing me, but an adult is someone who takes care of themselves.
Who takes responsibility for their
They
life?
take responsibility for themselves, their life. And
Hmm.
so they have matriculated past their mother and father taking care of them, and they are not expecting the government to do it for them. Because believe you me, UBI will come with strings attached.
Hmm.
So the adult is one who says, I'm
No thanks.
responsible for me. Yeah, no thanks. So now that's hard sometimes, believe me.
Well,
That
they're going to
was,
make it hard to say no,
yeah,
but you've got to make a choice, and that's it.
yeah, yeah,
I ain't taking it. I ain't take. Well,
yeah.
you'll need a digital ID, so there's game over right away. I ain't doing that either.
Hmm.
So then what?
Well,
I mean, there's going to be some people out there. So what they're going to do is all just lock us up some because we don't have one. Well, we'll be with like-minded people then, won't we? At least we'll be able to have a conversation. Yeah, if we're
maybe,
allowed to. Yeah,
I,
it's well, I mean, like Alan, you would say, the term life begins at 40 is when you're supposed to work till the con's out.
hmm.
And it's right. You go through your teens and then you go through your 20s, your 30s, you're probably starting a family, and then you got to take responsibility for that family. You get to 40-year-old, you're saying, right, that's it. I've got another, 30, 40 years to go, maybe. I better be thinking ahead here. And
Hmm.
I don't mean pensions and all that rubbish, because I've not got a pension. I told my dad was in the industry, so was I for a while. And I said, Dad, by the time I get to retirement age, there won't be such a thing as pensions. And here we are. There ain't going to be. If they bring out a UBI, it's a UBI. It's not that's it. Where's your pension gone?
Mm.
It's going to pay for that, right?
Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
just say, well, your pension comes up to that amount. Well, we'll just tax that back off at you and bring you back down to the same level as everybody else. It's universal.
Well, I liked one thing that Alan said a few times, which is life is risk.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know,
You're at risk
it's a
from the
risk.
moment you're born.
Yeah.
Or even prior to being born, you're at risk, right? As soon as you're conceived, you're at risk, you know? And
I
the government ain't going to make it any easier for you.
no. It's but
or any
that's the
cheaper.
thing, I was thinking of Jacques Attali's book, A Brief History of the Future, because he talked about how insurance, I think is how the Brits say it. And they put the
Mhm.
stress on the other syllable.
Yeah.
But insurance
Or
will
syllable.
be,
We do that
uh,
too.
do you?
Syllable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
say syllable. I say
Yeah.
tomato. You say tomato.
It's a
Yeah.
syllable. Yeah, so the idea is that insurance is something that makes you feel that you're protected into the future. So your pension plan is a type of insurance, and medical
Hmm.
insurance is supposed to insure you against some kind of hospitalization or catastrophe that you might encounter. Well, Atali says that in the not too distant future, and I've already become aware of this, is that you'll have insurance for your insurance.
Yeah. We talked about that before.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that this is really where we are. Everything is now linked up to your wearables, your trackables on your car. What are you? I just watched a
So
scanner darkly.
what you eating from the store?
Yeah,
All that's
yeah,
tracked to what you bought, what you're eating, what you're drinking,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I just
Yeah.
watched A Scanner Darkly because Nick and I will cover that at the end of the month. I haven't read well, I started the book last night, as a matter of fact. But I watched it, and there's that surveillance, that kind of surveillance. So they actually know how your brain is working, how are you piecing thoughts together. And that's where we are. I mean,
But
what do we think the algorithms are doing?
T THX 1138, where they've got the pill that you've got to swallow, and it'll
Hmm.
send back the signals to your rulers to make sure
Yeah.
you've taken it and what's it doing to you and this and that
Uh-huh.
and next thing. Oh, well, I mean that's we already talked about that. That's coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
You know. But again, it's people need to say no. What do I need to be insured for? Oh, in case you get run over by a bus. Well, maybe I just look out for the bus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see a bus coming. If I don't see the bus coming, it hits me. Well, that's just tough, right? That's my fault.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I've had this with I might have mentioned this before. They're always geriatrics, right? Who want to help you across the road with a big lollipop stick, right? And they can
Hmm.
barely walk across the road themselves, and they want to get me across there safely. And I'm walking twice the speed they are. I've left this old guy in the middle of the road. I want to go back and help him. You know? But there was some younger ones when I was last living in Scotland a long time ago. But can I help you across the road, sir? I'm like, no, thanks. I'm quite capable to cross the road myself. And they kind of look at you as if you've got two heads. I says, I can cross the road just as easily as you can. I don't need a lollipop stick. And they think you're mad
Really?
because you can cross the road on your own. They don't want you. You don't want. They want to. Oh, I'll help you. I'll help you. I'll get you across there safe. You'll live another day. You
Oh,
know.
I don't see that much around here. I have to tell you.
Yeah. Well, this is in Scotland, so this is a long time ago.
Yeah, you're
But I
you're
mean,
on your own here getting across the street.
well, not at school time. School time, they're all over the place here.
Oh, that's true. You're right. I avoid any place or time that involves school crossing. So
Well,
yeah.
we live on the school line, so we get it.
Ah, okay,
But
okay.
we don't go out in the car at that time in the morning or that time in the afternoon 'cause it's just chaos. But you'll see adults walking up, and the old person is across the street, and you can almost see them huffing and puffing, going, "Oh, I've got to help that person across the road. I've just got to." They walk into the middle of the road, and the perfectly healthy adults standing on the sidewalk, waiting for this old person to get to the middle of the road and standing there with a lollipop stick before they step off the curb. It's amazing to watch it. It's just, I don't know what's wrong with people. They could have saved that old person a walk, you know. I'll save you a walk. I'll get across there myself. Don't worry. Yeah, it's mad, you know.
Mm.
But anyway,
All right. Well,
talk about let's a little bit about AI centers. You were talking about how they don't tell you this that they only put out what they want you to know kind of thing.
mhm.
There's it's a CBS report. I'll send you this a little video. But all
Okay.
the expert guy that's there, right, is there's a protest, and I think it was Michigan, about these data centers, and they're already apparently using over 5% of the American electricity already. And in a few years'
Already.
time, it's to go up to 12%
Ooh,
minimum.
wow.
Now, I wonder how they're going to charge all these electric cars, uh, that too. But this is all they're talking about. They're only talking about the electricity and the water. They're not talking about the surveillance. They're not talking about what they're actually for. You know, and and none of these. I've never seen any of these so-called experts or TV pundits talking about the surveillance capabilities of these things.
Hmm.
It's just again smoke and mirrors. It's, oh, look at this electricity and water. Oh, and it is going to use a lot of electricity and water, and it's going to it's particularly the water. You know, it says that
Hmm.
that evil genius at Nestle. Water's not a
Mm-hmm.
human right. Oh, but it's
Hmm.
okay to give it to AI centers. They've
Yeah,
got every right to it,
of course.
right?
Mm.
Because that's the technocrats. They can have what they want. But you know, they show you this data. I don't know if it's a fabricated image or something, but they've got this huge data center in front of it looks like a whole town of apartments right in the background. Uh, I wonder when they start that thing running, how many of the lights are going to go out.
Yeah.
I mean, but the data center is going to be run 24/7, right?
Yep.
But you're not. That's the way I'm going to see it. They're going to turn it off every, you know, you'll only get yours allocated 8 hours a day or 12 hours a day or something in the evening. You know, God forbid you need AC in the height of summer.
Well, they did this, and I dutifully adapted up in Canada. The power company would send you, they had everything structured on time of use. So if you use
Mhm.
electricity between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m., you're going to pay a pretty penny for it. But if you use it between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., it's less. And if you use it between
Yeah.
5, yeah. And
Well,
I tacked it on the wall and did it, you know.
yeah, there's people in the UK now having to get up at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning to put the wash machines on
Yeah.
because that's the cheapest time to get the electricity because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
I think the UK's got the most expensive electricity in the world at this point.
Hmm.
It's, I thought here was bad. It is bad, but it's unsustainable, as they say, right?
Yeah.
But there's no outcry about the environmental damage any of these AI centers are doing either. Where are the greenies? Where are the greenies? When oh, look at all that electricity. That's not solar panels. I don't see a single solar panel in any one of these buildings. You
Well,
know, so
they're doing exactly what they're told to do. That's
mhm.
all.
Yeah. But I mean, where's Greta when all this water's been wasted?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
so
mean, well,
she's
they're
pretending
just
she
little
cares about
front people. No,
Palestinians, right?
no,
Yeah.
no. They're front people and they go where they're told to go
Hmm.
and they scream and cry about and throw tantrums about what they're supposed to. That's it.
Well, where are the real people that care about the environment? Like your ordinary person, where are they? They're not screaming about this either.
No, well, because nobody told them to. I think that's how it works. Don't you think that's how it works?
Well, yeah, it's probably anti-Semitic. I don't know. They'll come with somebody. You can't complain about AI centers. You know, there might be somebody of that faith that works in that building. That's terrible. How dare
Well,
you? How dare you? Yeah. But again, it shows these AI centers and the amount of trucks that are sitting outside there. I don't know what they're for. Maybe they've got a crematorium in there to bring in the dissidents. Who knows? But it's yeah, it's really it's getting to the stage where right, what aren't they telling us? Look at every single news report. Says right, what aren't they saying here?
hmm.
Never mind what they're saying. What they're saying is just fluff.
Hmm.
What aren't they saying? Um,
Yeah.
it's
And for me too, the big question is why now?
yeah.
Why
Uh,
now? Like we've been having for a good 6, maybe 9 months, but definitely the last 6 months, it's okay for people in the mainstream, I'm talking Tucker Carlson, to talk about Israel and the people and those people, and it's okay. And I say, why?
Mm-hmm.
It's never been okay, so why now? And you could, if it wasn't there, they'd have to generate it if it's useful, right? If it's useful.
Well,
So why is it
anti
useful? Anti,
anti-Semitism's useful.
it's useful. It's
It,
but
and
it's
it's
it's it's being generated at a high output of it at a high level because obviously it's very useful. So I stay
well,
off of it.
you got you people with the funny hats all over the world. You're not safe where you are. You better come back to Israel because hey, we've got land for you. We keep stealing it every single day. You won't even have to pay for it.
Yeah, but here you go, Neil. You're playing right into what they want you
Yeah,
to, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I know. But hey,
My question is
some
why?
will though. Some
Yeah,
will.
but
You
why?
know
But why?
why? Well, maybe
Literally, yeah, yeah,
get them all in
I
one place
know.
and then do away with them. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean that is a possibility. We were told, that there was like, what was it, about 100 years? Let's stir
Hmm.
this, the Balfour Declaration. We're going to
Hmm.
stir
Stir the
trouble
pot.
in
Yeah,
this region
we
for
created
about
Alistair.
yeah, for
Yeah,
about 100 years. Well, so what's going on now that it's all the Band-Aid has been pulled away?
yeah. Not all the way, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah.
Uh,
Who knows? Anyway,
I don't
that's
know.
enough. Enough.
It is interesting though because
Hmm.
there's so much going on right now with the forever wars that are being really primarily led by the U.S. because that's our job,
Yeah.
just to start it and do it, and but people can't see this. I mean, back to Venezuela for a moment. The average person is going to take the talking points either left or right. Well, we had to go down there because of, and or on the left will say, oh, this is just a rogue Trump gangsterism, and so that dialectic is there, but there again it is serving a purpose, and it's
Hmm.
always, what is the bigger purpose that this is serving? Did the US need that oil so
No,
much? No.
I think anybody with a brain understands there's enough oil in America to last them a long, long time.
Yeah.
And they've capped wells over and over and over again, and the oil is in there.
Yeah.
They don't even need it from Saudi Arabia. They don't need it from anywhere over there. That's an excuse. What they're trying to well, one theory that's been put forward is that if they attack Iran, Iran will cut off the oil from the Middle East, so they need the stuff from Venezuela.
Right. Right.
That could
Yes.
be part of it, but
That could be
it
part of
doesn't
it.
justify stealing somebody else's assets.
No, but it could be part of it. It could be,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, why didn't you just go to Venezuela and say, we'll give you a good deal. We'll buy your oil from you. Just give us a good price, blah, blah, blah. Everything will be rosy.
Well, because then people would say, well, they're doing that because obviously they're planning to attack Iran
Hmm.
and they'll be cut
Well,
off from the oil supplies. This way they can say, no, it really was about stopping the flow of drugs.
yeah, that's why we had to steal the oil because we're filling up those boats. They're putting too much gas in those boats. Yeah. It's
Mm,
how can I? It's again like we mentioned before. Why is it so obvious? This is so obviously lies.
yes.
It's so obviously blatant lies, and people are buying into it, thinking, "Oh no, this gung ho, military nonsense." Oh, we're great. We're going to go on the ground in Venezuela. Well, good luck with that.
Mm,
Good luck with that. You know. Do you think other countries down there aren't going to get involved? Because they're next.
hmm.
If they've got something, they're next.
And this is the
Uh,
message. I mean, didn't Trump say something like that?
yeah,
Something to the effect of, watch yourself because we'll do this to you. I mean,
yeah.
you know, it's a crude paraphrase, but yeah, that's pretty much what he said.
Hmm.
This is our new strategy. This is our Monroe Doctrine.
Donroe, he called it.
Yeah, 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 Donroe.
The Donald Doctrine. Donald Duck, more like, yeah. Yeah,
The
Donald
Donroe
Duck,
Doctrine.
right? Duck, Donald's coming. Yeah. Uh, but even listening to this guy, he just comes across a complete clown. Maybe that's all an act, but he just comes across a complete clown. The way he talks, the way he emphasizes parts of it and repeats himself, repeats a little bit of the previous sentence. It's just it's just it's either really badly written or it's a script.
hmm
It's a good script, and he's a good actor. I don't think he's a smart guy.
No, I'm with you on that.
No. But yeah, I find it very hard to listen to him. It's
Yeah.
just, but people still love him down here. I don't know what is wrong with him.
Uh,
Well, they must be drinking the tap water or something. I don't know. But who knows? But anyway, he said goodbye to retirement at 67. So going back to what I was saying about pensions, he's going up and up and up. It should be 70,
yeah.
you know. And you've got all these youngsters, joining the likes of corporation stuff, expecting to get a pension when they're 70. But of course, they'll have a 50-year mortgage at that point.
Yes.
So they won't be retiring at 70 either, because they'll
Yeah.
still have the house to pay for.
hmm
You'll own nothing and be happy, right? Because
I,
they'll own the house. How
honestly, the whole the MAGA that can't see through this, that keep loving him no matter what. I mean, I've talked to some people who have gotten past just a little bit of that, and they say, as a criticism, they're still all the way in it, but as a slight criticism, well, he's abandoned the platform that he was elected in. The platform was basically the MAGA platform
America
is
first?
America first, it's protect our borders, it's repatriate manufacturing, and what's the third one? There's like a third pillar of Trumpism, which I can't remember because
Well,
it's
he was
all
going to end the Fed. He was going to stop that too.
well, the Forever Wars. I think the Forever Wars was one that he said no foreign conflict. So I think those are the three things. The Fed is a little, it's a little extra.
Audit. I think he was going
Yeah.
to audit the Fed. Yes, not end it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
right, right.
Yeah, yeah. Good luck with that.
But I mean,
You'll end up in a box.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what you got the first time around was who was it that he oversaw the assassination of? I think his name was Soleimani.
Soleimani?
So
Yeah.
yeah, so you've got that, but he manages to pull out and come out looking like, well, I don't do that. I don't do the Forever Wars. But that's all he's done this time
Mhm.
around. Oh, what did he say about Ukraine? I'll get us out of there in 24 hours.
24
I
hours.
think,
Yeah.
yeah.
24 hours. Yeah.
Well, it's the longest 24 hours I've
Well,
ever lived through.
he says that war's over.
Yeah, yeah,
It says Gaza's over as well.
yeah, yeah.
It's never ended. It's never been a single day where they haven't bombed somebody. So I
Uh,
mean, he's just bombed Nigeria.
you
It's,
know, the question I always ask myself is why? Why now? Why this? And
chaos,
if it,
chaos,
yeah,
chaos.
it's maximum chaos because we know that we're watching theater. That we know. But why
What?
did they give us a clown, a total clown, at this time? Why was it important for us to have hand waving orange hair man clown
Uh,
now?
because so many people bought into him, I think.
Ah,
There's too many um, brainwashed
yeah,
Republicans out there.
yeah.
They would, I mean, obviously, if it's Obama or sorry, Biden or Harris, they wouldn't have got away with this.
No,
There would have been uproar.
yeah.
The Republicans would have been outside the White House with the guns drawn. You know, if they had any testosterone left, I guess. You know, but no, they've got this guy that everybody thinks can do no wrong, and all he's, I mean, has he done anything right? You know,
Well,
What has he done?
he's made a lot of money on the Trump coin. Uh,
Oh yeah, he's Trump coin, yeah. Stability coin or whatever it is. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
The stability. What's stable about America right now?
stable
Nothing.
coin.
The world's not stable because of this guy. If he truly believed he could stop a war in 24 hours, it'd be over now, wouldn't it?
Hmm.
All of them would be over. He says he just has to get on the phone and all. Then, oh yeah, yeah, Donald, we'll do what you want. But really? Well, start making some phone calls. Stop having parties down in Mar-a-Lago. Maybe that'll help. It's scumbag. That's all you can say.
Yeah, I mean, I stay out of it with people who are into it. I just just listen. I try to listen and then learn where people's heads are at. But
Very hard to listen to them though.
it's very hard to listen to them. You
Mm.
know, what this Trump administration, because I don't think he has any power at all. He is just a
No.
bad puppet. But what this administration reminds me so much of is, do you remember that movie that Alan talked about? I think it was called Land of the Blind.
I've actually got that to watch. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, watch that one because it shows you the cycle of revolution and also coups and totalitarianism. But I'll just say that there's a younger couple that is in power for a while, and that's who Trump reminds me of. It's like things like when you've got a country that is, see, this is the thing that the people who go for the MAGA, they don't really wrap their heads around just what a shambles the country is in.
Oh, this country's broken.
It's
It's gone.
completely broken, and people can't see that. It's economically broken. It is spiritually
Psychologically
broken, psychologically broken, spiritually
gone.
broken.
Yeah.
It's people are the drug addiction and the drug overdoses and the
Mhm.
drug deaths. It's the homelessness, the crime. It's a broken country.
And all they'll
And
talk
when
about is
you
education and law and order when they want to be elected.
and when you look at Trump sitting in the Oval Office, where he has had gilt paint, gold paint,
Mhm.
outlining everything now. So the fire, everything. Just
Gaudy.
yeah, it's gaudy. And what does he do?
Khakis it was, yeah.
I don't care about the historical value of East Wing, West Wing, whatever. I mean, that wing is a new addition that he tore down. It's a new addition anyway. So I'm not complaining about the historical value of, a renovation.
What
But
was the
it's
cost of it?
not a
Who
good
paid it?
look. It's not a good look. When
Yeah.
you've got a country that is in absolute shambles, that is psychologically and spiritually
Oh,
broken, to put up
infrastructure.
the infrastructure,
Yeah. Yeah.
a ballroom so that these people who knows how many of them are on an Epstein list in his little black, you know what I mean?
Yep.
They're
I don't
all
care.
culpable.
Yeah, I don't care who they are, whether it's Thomas Massey or Marjorie Taylor Greene. I think they're all corrupt at some level.
Yeah,
They're all
absolutely.
these people are just coming out to say what you want to hear.
Yeah.
That's it.
So he's building a new ballroom so that all of these bribed or bribable scumbags can have a place to party. It's
Uh, with
disgusting.
with probably young children.
Ugh.
But well, you go back to like the House of Parliament in Britain. Johnny Rotten, John Lydon, the Sex
Hmm.
Pistols,
Hmm.
was going into the House of Parliament having parties before anybody had ever heard of him as a young
Hmm.
boy.
Hmm.
That's how your stars are made.
Hmm.
And that I don't see it being any different in any major parliament in the world. I
Hmm.
think it's the same. They're all tied together by, one or two things which the public would string them up for.
Hmm.
And well, I mean, the public should string them up for what they're doing anyway, but the things that are still taboo.
Do you know what a
Or
do you know what a predilection is?
predilection. Yeah, it's like a what was it called? I was trying to think of another word there. A peccadillo kind of thing. It's a predilection towards something. Yeah,
Hmm.
like a not
It,
quite a
it's
craving, but it's
a predisposition, a
yeah,
strong
predisposition. Yeah.
liking. So though
Well, it's like a
it's
male attracted person, minor attracted persons.
yeah.
They've
Well,
got predilections
I
for
was just
sex with
that
children.
word just
Yeah,
popped into my head because we elect people with predilections, really
yeah, yeah,
geeky, screwed up predilections,
yeah.
and we elect them. If those of you who vote, I don't, but
No. Well, I've said that to people as well. It says, you elect people who have been pre-selected for you to elect.
hmm yeah,
And they say, what do you mean? It's,
pre-selected with their predilections, and we
yeah,
elect.
yeah. There's probably a tongue twister in there somewhere you could make up, which would be very good to put on a t-shirt. But it's yeah. I mean, as you say, how can people not see it? How can people not see it? I
Ah,
mean, COVID was
ah.
bad enough. How can you not see this?
I-
You're openly in a press conference saying we've got all that oil.
yeah.
Well, hold on a minute. It belongs to the people of Venezuela. It didn't belong to the government.
I'm
There's,
just honestly, Neil, you know how the midwinter, even if you're in a warmer climate,
Mhm,
this time of the year, okay, so maybe for people down under, it's 6 months from now, but when the
mhm,
days are shorter, we're supposed to be reflecting.
mhm.
I think that's how it works psychologically, spiritually. And I've been doing an awful lot of it lately, and I'm sure that I'll bounce back to perky, but at the moment I'm in a place of
I'm in the same place as that. Believe me. It's- I don't know.
I'm just disgusted, just profoundly disgusted.
I'm more disgusted at the people who are going along with it, who have
Yeah,
just said, "Well, it's just the way it is. What can you do? It's the lesser of two evils." Oh, jeez, what's wrong with you?
no such thing as the lesser of two
No,
evils.
evil's evil. That's it.
Yeah.
It's just maybe there's different degrees, but hey, evil's evil. That's it.
Right.
Um, no, I mean, like I said, I find it hard to listen to him. I can't even look at him. I've got him up here, goodbye to retirement at 67. There's a picture of him there scowling, like he has to
Hmm.
worry about that, right?
Yeah.
You know,
No,
but it's
we.
good news, though. He says that the good news is that that oil they're going to steal from Venezuela will wipe out 1/3 of national debt.
Uh,
So hey, that's America first, right? Just steal it from somebody
uh,
else. So how does that leave Venezuela? They said it was a basket case before. And by the way, there wasn't a shot fired when they did this, so it just makes you look at it and go, well, that was staged.
yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
Not a shot fired. How is
Well,
that possible?
that the only way that it would wipe out a third, he said a third of the national debt.
Yeah,
Yeah, the only way that it would do that is if,
they
it has
sold
to,
it.
well, yeah, and also you'd have to say, oh, well, sorry, all you economic refugees from this little operation here, but you can't come to the US. We have to take your resources that belong to your people, and then you're on your own. You're on your,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I said to somebody at the market, as a guy I get along really well with him, we have good chats about stuff. And he's ex-military, and I
Is he
says,
the one that's doing the meat?
no, no,
Oh,
I spoke to
okay.
him actually the other
Oh,
day. He's just too busy just now, but
okay.
he's thinking about it. But he had a young guy with him who was thinking of doing a podcast, so I was talking to him about that and giving him some advice, and he was quite happy with that. So, but what was I going to say?
Um, you were talking to him about this
Oh,
situation.
yeah, about the Venezuela thing. I said to him, how many Venezuelans do you think are in the US? And he said, oh, there'll be thousands. I said, yeah, there'll be thousands. I said, what are they going to do? Round them up.
Hmm.
They did in the Second World War with Japanese and put them in camps. Because what you're going to get next, if Venezuelans get really pissed off, is you're going to get Venezuelan terrorists. you know, and that well maybe patsies, but be blamed on them. Venezuelan terrorist groups now operating in the US. That'll be the next thing.
Yeah. We don't even have to have Venezuelan terrorist
No, no.
groups
I'm saying that's
operating
what
in
they'll
the
frame it
US.
as.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll frame it as that. And because this is how they did it. What is this one? I don't have it up in front of me, but what was that called? The Cartel of the Suns, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if you look into the Cartel of the Suns, which we've been told by the White House, this is official. I looked it up yesterday on the whitehouse.gov,
I,
whatever
I
that
heard a
is.
little bit of it.
Yeah, well, it's there they tell you that Maduro was the head of this cartel of the Suns. Well, the cartel of the Suns got its name back in the 90s by journalists who referred to a loose affiliation of people that were mostly had military appointments
Mhm.
that were set up by guess who? The CIA.
Mhm. But the actual organization itself doesn't actually exist
It
as an
doesn't
entity.
actually exist.
No.
It's a kind of a phantom thing that there is no cartel of the Suns. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's like Al Qaeda and
Yeah.
ISIS and all these other groups that they say are all they're all part of the same thing. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, by the way, we funded them and armed them, but
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah, I know.
Never mind.
Yeah. But right now, it's very important that you understand that we took down the leader of the evil cartel, the cartel of the Suns. So sorry.
Yeah. It's it's like it's
Honestly,
like it's like
is it
telling
any
somebody
wonder
from
that we're pessimistic? I mean, I'm just
yeah.
asking the question.
No.
Yeah.
But I was speaking to somebody uh, who would wear a little hat, and I don't know why it came up. It came up, and this lady mentioned it. She was in my booth actually, and she'd bought something, and her friend had bought something. She was rather more moderate, and then there was another lady standing there who I thought was with them but wasn't, uh, who I spoke to afterwards when they went away. But she started on about ISIS, and I said, you know, ISIS is funded by the USA and Britain and other European countries and Israel. And she went ballistic. I said, just look it up, it's in her Reds. And then that was the conversation over. She tried to get me, Palestine doesn't exist. I'm saying, okay, whatever. I
Mhm.
said, but if you want to go and read the Jerusalem Post or Haaretz, it'll tell you in there that Hamas was funded by Israel as well. And she turned around and said, he's trying to say that Hamas is funded by Israel. I said, well, it is. It's in your own newspapers. Go look it up.
No, no,
And they
no.
brought it up. I was like, I'm not here for an argument. I'm trying to sell jewelry. But you brought that up. So I
Mm-mm.
just thought I'd answer you. So anyway, they went away and this lady was standing there. And she's probably about the same age as me. And she ended up, she kind of says, you can't have a conversation with some people. I says, no, you're right. I says, there's a perfect example of it. I says, she brought the subject up, I answered her, and she's walked off
Hmm.
because she doesn't want to argue the point. But
Hmm.
she ended up this lady was a retired airline pilot for American Airlines and Aer Lingus. And she
Hmm.
was, and she mentioned something about 9/11 and American Airlines, and I said I didn't want to get into the conversation because there were other people coming in. And I thought, oh no, it's not the place for it. But she seemed to know what she was talking about as well regarding that. All the betting that was going on against American Airlines on 9/11. She seemed to have some knowledge of that. So it would have been good to talk to her for a while, but I couldn't. So it's funny the people you meet. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
but
it's
there are a lot
yeah.
of people out there who uh, I know personally that are sick of it, and you know, but they're like you and I. They don't vote. They don't get involved with the system. And these are like people our age, say.
Hmm.
But anybody younger, no, they're gone really. Although I'm quite encouraged because I see quite a lot of young people. When I say young people, let me think now. I'd say between maybe 15 and 25 wearing
Hmm.
crucifixes, which I find quite heartening. They've not been brainwashed out of that yet, even although they've been through the school system. So, and buying crucifixes as well.
I Yeah, I see in the in the Telegram CTTM book club, and also just amongst some listeners to Alan's material, I am in contact with some people who I think the youngest one that I speak to with any regularity right now is 22 or just turned 23. And there's somebody in a real regular in the group who's mid 20s, and there's a few other people who are mid, 25, 26, and that's very encouraging.
I think
And I just actually sent an order out of books to a young woman who got in touch with me. She's a Texan, by the way, and she said that she grew up with her, mom and dad had listened to Alan on RBN. And so she grew up listening to him, and now she wanted to, read his work for herself. But I said that just, I mean, that made me feel great. I think this young woman was 20, 21.
yeah. Well,
So there's,
they call them Generation Alpha.
oh, really?
Yeah, for some reason. So maybe we're going to get some alpha males starting to pop up in the future and maybe start doing things that they should be doing.
Well, I mean, this is it. I said, and it is true. Look, the reason why we reflect at this time of the year, the reason why we make New Year's resolutions, if we do, the reason why we evaluate what we did in the previous year and then think about what we want to do different in the future is so we can get the ship, go in the right direction. That's it. It's like, okay, where did I list off
Get through this year.
into? Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, I think a bit of pessimism can be a healthy part of the process. But, the flip side of that is there are people and there are young people, not a lot, but there are some young people who question the narrative and question the way things are and say, oh, no, I don't want to be addicted to porn and drugs and throw my life away. I'll make different choices.
Well, a lot of them as well. That I see. I watch. What's his name? Steve James in the UK. He goes out with his billboards about transgender stuff, and
Hmm.
a lot of young people are that you see on his videos are like, nah, we don't believe in that crap.
Hmm.
They try to tell us it at school, but we don't have anything to do with it.
Hmm.
So maybe there are some coming through who are just had enough of it. You know, hopefully.
Well,
And
yeah.
I can't see these people even voting.
Hmm.
I don't think they've been sucked into that either. Like you mentioned earlier, about taking responsibility. I think maybe their parents have instilled something in them to say, well, you got to take responsibility of your own life. Nobody's come to help you,
Hmm.
and they've taken it on board. I mean, maybe they're homeschooled. You don't know, but yeah. Hopefully, there's a generation coming through. Maybe we won't live to see it, but maybe something will give. But again, it comes out of numbers. If enough people just say no, we're not having it, there's nothing you can do about it. You have to comply, right?
Hmm.
To a degree, you have to comply. I mean, if it's as simple as saying no to your digital ID, well, yeah, it comes with problems. But if enough people do it, what can they do about it?
Hmm.
Because nothing will function. You imagine a town of, I don't know what the population of this place is. Say you've got a small town of 100,000 people. Now, 10,000 of them say, I'm not taking digital ID. That all the stores and everything are going to say, oh, hold on a minute. They can't shop with us. What are we going to do? We're going to go out of business.
Well, on a,
You know,
if I look at this on like the spiritual level, what's behind this? What's behind this madness and this chaos? If I say, okay, what is the end goal here? The end goal is every knee must bow. And
mhm.
if there is a knee that doesn't, they're not getting what they want. And that's always going to be enough in any generation at any time. I think Alan stressed this too. It just takes an individual.
Yeah. It's like standing up to a bully. If you don't uh, accept his bullying, eventually he gives up. Or if you fight back.
Hmm.
I had that when I was at primary school. I had red hair. You know, I get picked on all the time, but you stand your ground, you fight back, and nobody ever came near me again because they knew I wasn't going to give in. So I mean, I'm sure every kid in the playground has that, but you know, that's just, we're not dealing with anything different. We're
Hmm.
just dealing with a bigger entity, which needs bigger numbers to fight it. That's all. A David and Goliath kind of situation.
Hmm.
You know, you throw enough rocks, eventually you're going to hit that giant in the eye, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I should get a T-shirt made about the word no. Um, people are, I don't know why people are so scared.
Yeah.
Why are they so scared of their local politician coming up and giving them a fine for not cutting their grass the right length? It's just absurd. You know, it's just, oh, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. You've got to put your dustbins out in the right place at the right time, it's got to face the right way and all this stuff, you know. You've got to put the right things in the right garbage can. Whatever garbage can is closer to me at the time, that's what gets filled up. I don't care what goes in it. You know, if they want to recycle, go ahead, recycle. I ain't doing it for you.
Hmm.
It never gets recycled. I mean, they have two different garbage trucks come round. One takes the supposed food waste, and one takes the cardboard and all that kind of thing. But do you really think they're separating that stuff out? If they can't employ somebody to get out the truck and put it in the back, put the rubbish in the back like they used to, they ain't going to pay somebody to go through it all
Hmm.
and separate it. You know,
Mm.
I don't know.
I know it's the whole recycling thing. I think it was back in 2008 or so that Alan read an article. I don't know if I'd be able to dig this one up, but I'll try. But it was a Japanese writer, I think a professor, wrote an article about the scam of recycling, and it was very well researched. Alan was quite impressed with it.
I think I remember that one.
Yeah, the professor really seemed to have a good handle on the scam, and I will try to find that. But yeah, it's just everything that they give us as to why we have to comply and why we have to do. There's always a different reason. Always, there's the plausible reason that's going to get you to go along with it, and then there's the real reason.
Hmm. But even the plausible reasons they give us are ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, walk in one direction in the supermarket, or you might get infected. You know,
Yeah.
that was their plausible reason. Right on the face of it, that is bizarrely stupid.
Yeah.
So they didn't even try very hard on that one. And I think that's part of I think a lot of these people they've got in politics now are grossly underqualified for the job because anybody with a brain doesn't want to do it because they know they're going to have to come out with garbage like that
Hmm.
and face the cameras and lie to them and I mean, okay, they can lie to them if it's something serious, you know, and they can pretend they've got gravitas and all the rest of it. But if you and I were having to stand up in front of a crowd and go, you know what, you better walk in one direction in the supermarket because this virus knows which direction you're going and it's going to get you. I wouldn't be able to say that with a straight face, you know, but Fauci can.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what happened to that little weasel? Well, you know,
Mm,
I thought he was going to get in prison. Like Obama, like Clinton, like all the rest of them. No,
uh,
you know, nobody's in prison. Not one of them.
no.
How many
And they,
decades have been hearing that? Oh, we're going to jail these people. Yeah, just talking about reading. I said I was impressed with the amount of young people walking about with crucifixes, but there's another crowd. Now, people sell their own books. They publish their own books and sell them at the markets. But invariably, I mean, I know at least three, right, self-published people who have the books there, and they've written, you know, five or six of them, or 12, or whatever it is. But they're all this fantasy fiction, dragons and monsters nonsense. All of it. Devils
really,
and all this kind, all of it. Yeah, that's the only thing that can get kids to read.
yeah,
Isn't that amazing? I mean,
uh,
it's just what they're living in fantasy,
yeah,
you know, and You know, they wonder how they don't know if they're a boy or a girl. It's pretty well. And one of them, actually, one of the authors, uh, hangs a big rainbow flag down the back of her tent and says, "Everybody welcome." I sat across from that, like, and I don't know if there's something in it, but that flag just gives me a bad feeling. I had to sit across from her for 5 hours, and that flag was hanging there. It just made me feel very uncomfortable. I don't know if that's a psychological thing or it's deliberate. I don't know.
That's interesting.
Maybe there's a color sequence or what. I have no idea.
Uh,
But it just does not make me feel comfortable at all. Maybe it's just because I know what it stands for. I don't know.
mm-hmm,
Especially the baby pink and the baby blue.
mm-hmm,
You know,
mm-hmm.
but who knows? But yeah, they're all into that. You know. And I was looking at one of the covers because she was literally right opposite me, like 10 feet away. And so I had to stare at it all day. But I was looking at one of the covers and she goes, "Oh, do you read?" I go, "Yeah." And she says, 99.99% non-fiction. I went, "Oh, really?" She says, "Yeah." She says, "What kind of thing do you read?" I says, "You really wouldn't want to know." Because there was no point talking to her, you know.
Yeah.
I've just got a copy of Time to Think by Hannah Barnes about the Tavistock Institute, the transgender
Ah,
clinic, uh,
I don't know anything
which
about that.
which
That's
tells you the whole story about what they were up to and why it was shut down because of their unscrupulous practices of coercing and stuff like that. Yeah. So I'll be on
yeah.
that when I'm do volume 2 of the Epstein one.
Okay. All right.
But
Well,
I'll definitely look at those links to Pritzker in volume 1. I've not looked at volume 2. There might be some in there too, but I'll send you them.
okay. That sounds good.
But just on the trans thing, this one from Parents magazine. I guess they're all on board with it. Respecting a young person's pronouns can be life-saving, new survey shows. Well, all the evidence shows that once they go through surgery, they're, 19 or 20 times more likely to kill themselves. So I don't see how, what misgendering they call it, you know. Some of the forms you have to fill in for some of these markets ask you what gender you are. It's got male, female, other, you know. What
Other.
business is it there of theirs, you know?
Uh,
Maybe
well,
maybe I
and
should put transphobic on it and then they won't put me opposite that flag again.
the other one that you sent me was about the study that they've done on, was it 25% of children? I think this is more or less,
On the phones.
yeah, international. They're addicted to their smartphone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they keep doing surveys. They've known this for a long time. And
Yeah.
if you scroll down to the bottom of that article, there's another article there. So you open the link on that, and it says, "Does the rise of social media addiction warrant regulation?" Right, and that was in 2018. So they know this is addictive, and the social media is on the phone. So obviously, the phone is it the actual phone or is it the content? It's clearly the content because if there's no content on the phone, you wouldn't be addicted to it, would you?
Yeah, I mean, I do think that there is something that there is something on the phone, just the way that, there's something in the flicker rate, the TV.
Well,
I would imagine so.
I think it's a
But
doom scrolling they call it, is it? They just look for the next story.
yeah, if
Go on
there
and on and on.
wasn't if there wasn't content there that was designed to be highly addictive, then no, you're right. Nobody would be looking at it.
Yeah. So yeah, well, the simple answer is stop giving children phones. They shouldn't have them anyway.
Yes, I
I mean,
know.
when you and I were young, I'm sure our parents were like, "Stay away from that phone. It's too expensive."
Yeah.
And now they're paying $100 a month and giving a phone to their kids.
Uh,
I had a lady come at my booth the other night there, and she'd lost her phone, and she was running about to all the booths looking for her phone. I says, "Did you call it?" She says, "No." I says, "Well, here's my phone. Call it." So she phones it up, and it's in a booth, 10 yards or something down from me. So, "Oh, thanks very much." And then she just walks off. Didn't And then she handed it to the child. So it was the child's phone. I'm thinking, and she was
Oh,
panicking. She was panicking she'd lost this phone. So there,
wow.
there's a kind of addiction. I mean, if I dropped my phone in the lake once when I was fishing, I was like, damn, I need to get another one for work. But I was like, oh shit, you know. There you go.
Well,
It's
it's
not a
it,
tragedy to me. I say to people all the time, if I did not need this to take payments at the markets or for work when I do my seasonal thing, I wouldn't have it. But the thing is, you do have it, right?
yeah,
So it's, I mean, I don't take it everywhere, maybe, but then you start thinking, oh, I'm going on a long journey. Maybe I should take the phone. We never thought about
yeah,
that before.
yeah. No.
We said, oh, we'll just stop at the side of the road. Somebody will help us. But maybe that's the case now. People won't stop at the side of the road and help you.
Well, we won't know. We can't do a
Yeah.
controlled experiment on this because, the phones are
Well, you
everywhere.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I remember the experiment done with this is a different topic, but there was an experiment done with the same guy, and he dressed up as like a homeless person, and he was laying on the sidewalk, in the pavement. I think this was done in England, and people would just walk by. There was very, very few people who would stop and ask if they were all right. And then the same guy put on a business suit, and virtually everybody stopped to help
Mhm.
him. If you were standing at the side of the road and you were, some Barbie doll, I guarantee you every guy would stop and say, do you want some help? But if you're a guy in his work clothes or something, you ain't going to get many women stop to help you, are you?
Yeah, that's true.
And
That's true.
probably quite rightly, but, who knows? But I say it to so many people, whatever happened to trust? Nobody trusts anybody anymore with
No,
anything,
no, no. I
you
mean,
know?
well, and one of the reasons, I mean, that lots and lots of things have been said about this, and Alan has said things about it, and scholarly papers have been said about it. But Alan would say this is the whole point. They've created a low trust society by flooding countries with immigrants who you don't have anything in common with, by pitting male against female. And, the people don't even now recognize when they're in a dysfunctional relationship because they, chances are, grew up with one being modeled for them. So we're a total, and it's like, oh, well, that's not my problem. That's your problem within families. So this is a low, low, low trust society that has been created by design for this time.
Yep. And a low empathy society. They don't care about anybody else's problems. They don't, they won't go out of their way to help anybody.
No.
Most people,
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
you know. I mean, I see like women try to put tents up themselves, at the markets and stuff. I'll give them a hand,
Hmm.
and generally the market folk are all right that way. We'll all kind of help each other. We're all doing the same thing. But outside of that, I don't really see many people helping anybody who's got an issue,
No.
you
Mm-mm.
know.
No.
So I mean, I'll go in the supermarket and I'll be hauling the cart out, and some old lady will come in and I'll give her the cart, and they're so shocked that you've done something, Oh, thank you very much. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
No, it's no big deal. There's another one here. You know, I've cost myself a couple of seconds in Walmart. My God, you know. But yeah, they're just so surprised.
Yeah.
Or if somebody drops something, you pick it up and you give it to them. Like I've picked up money people have dropped and give it to them, and they're going, oh, wasn't expecting that,
Hmm.
you
No,
know.
low, low, low trust society. It's very sad.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
well, I found that professor from Japan that Alan read. This would have been back in 2008.
Uh,
Kunihiko Takeda, and he
you said
was
that very
but
well.
did I?
Almost sounded fluent.
He said the 65-year-old is also a best-selling author of, but I missed the part where he's vice chancellor of the Institute of Science and Technology Research at Chubu University. He is one of the world's leading authorities on both uranium enrichment and recycling. And he has written books with titles such as We Should Not Recycle, Recycled Illusions, and Why Are Lies Accepted on Environmental Issues. And so he very succinctly, Alan really loved this one. I'll share it. I'll give you a screenshot for the video and a link that you can read the article yourself. But yeah, I remember when Alan read this, he said, this fellow gets it.
Yeah, there was a lady next to me on Sunday, and she was selling these like waterproof jackets that were made in Colombia by some of our colleagues out of plastic bottles. Right? And I meant to look it up because I guarantee that process can't be environmentally friendly because they're all printed with leopards and all this kind of, all very colourful. So 'cause I said to her, if this is plastic, how do they get the pictures and everything in there? And she gave me some thing about screen print and stuff like that. So, doesn't sound right. But anyway,
Well, there was one I just learned of this trend last year, but I'm just going to type it in and see if I can come up with it. I'm putting in plastic yoga pants. Okay, and this
that
is
doesn't sound comfortable to me.
no, but they're all over the place. Now, finally, Mother Jones magazine, which is a real far left publication,
Mhm.
but they're telling you the truth about this. This one is from 2021. Your yoga pants are spewing microplastics into the environment.
Mm.
But there's a
And to your
whole,
legs.
yeah, there's a whole trend there that people are bragging. I was shocked when I found it, but they're bragging that their product is eco-friendly and it's environmentally friendly. And here's one. This is a site called yogacycledwear.com. And they're telling me that I can't load that page. So it says Yoga Cycled Activewear is made out of recycled plastic water bottles.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine the person who thinks that wearing recycled plastic water bottles on their legs is a good idea. It's-
Yeah. This is
mm.
I'm just looking up. This isn't the product she was selling, but it's a similar thing. Out Dry Extreme Eco Jacket. Um, see, I
Excuse.
put it in I put it in Colombia, made in Colombia, but it's come up
Oh,
with saying it's put in the Colombia brand. So,
okay.
but the dye-free fabric, dye-free. Well, how do they get those patterns on them? That was my question. But there they go.
Hmm.
Recycled from 21 plastic bottles. Saves over 13 gallons or 51 litres of water. I don't know how that works. I don't know what that's going to do with anything. But anyway, yeah, so they apparently make this stuff out of recycled plastic. 100% recycled fabric. No PFCs intentionally used in this product. May contain
Yeah.
trace amounts. They mean they didn't take them out. Dye-free fabric saves over. Oh, that's how it's dye-free because it saves over 13 gallons and 51 liters or 51 liters of water compared to the standard dye jacket. So these ones that this lady was selling are using 13 gallons of water a jacket. How's that? How's that environmentally friendly?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Advanced moisture management, dry wicking fabric. No wet out, ultimate breathability. There you go. Earth Smart rain gear. Earth Smart.
Yeah.
Why aren't they out? Where's the outcry against plastic bottles? How about that? Why aren't we using glass?
Yeah.
Well, we can't make jackets out of glass. Well, there you go. You're a hypocrite. Yep. So that was
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I tell you
So
what,
talk about weather. Talk about weather.
let's talk
Did I
about
send you
the
that one?
weather.
Yeah, in Britain,
You
they're
did
saying there's
send me that one.
killer snow, killer snow.
Killer snow.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Well,
whiter than
I
white.
have to say, okay, wait a minute. Before you tell us about the killer snow, when I looked it up, the very first thing that came to my mind, they named the storm, and I thought it needs a sauce, like a meat sauce, to go with it.
Oh yeah.
It's called Storm Goretti.
Oh yeah. Well, I saw somebody, I can't remember, yesterday maybe. It's yellow snow warnings. Now we're all told not to eat yellow snow, right? So yeah, UK cold snaps, stay at home alert as amber and yellow snow warnings continue. The UK experienced sub-zero temperatures on Monday. Wow, like that's never happened before. With Scotland experiencing heavy snow and travel disruption, well, that happens every single year, all the way to June in Scotland. They'll close whole roads through the mountains in advance because they know there's snow coming. That's not unusual. This was
Wow.
this was today, Tuesday, January 6th. The authorities, have warned people to stay indoors as amber and yellow snow warnings continue to impact parts of the UK. Why have you to stay indoors? What if you want to go skiing
On the yellow snow.
on the yellow snow? Well, you'll see your tracks, won't you? They'll know where you've been and they'll know where you're going. Two amber snow warnings. Oh, one's not enough. And 5 yellow snow and ice warnings remain in place across Scotland, the northwest, east, and southwest of England, Northern Ireland, and Wales as a. Well, why don't you just say the UK? Braces for more freezing conditions. Now, I remember once I used to work in a hotel, and it was about a quarter of a mile from my house. And on New Year's Eve, it was minus 21 Celsius in Edinburgh, and I had to run home because it was that cold. But I wasn't in danger of dying unless I'd fallen over and banged my head and frozen to death. But back in those days, somebody would have picked me up and taken me home. Not today.
You mean you had lived in a high trust society at one point?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. You could leave your doors open. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Neil. I was just talking to one of my brothers about this a couple of weeks ago. When we were young, my mom and dad would take us from here to Florida to see my mom's side of the family. And we would be gone for a week or a week and a half or 2 weeks. And we often left the door open, the door to the house. Probably didn't even cross my parents' mind to be sure that the door was locked. And now, in the same house, I have to make sure that my shade in my window is pulled all the way down securely because the neighbors directly across the street, and I really like them, but they have got this security light that would light up a football stadium, because we're
Yeah.
not in a high trust society. It's anything but.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
convinced
I'd look at the amount of people who've got Ring doorbells,
yes.
the amount of people that've got them.
Yep.
And they're going, oh, look, I've got a Ring doorbell, it'll keep intruders out. I said, yeah, but it's spying on you as well.
Yeah.
Are you happy with that? Yeah.
Well, I'm not
As
doing
further heavy
anything.
snows,
I'm not doing anything
yeah,
wrong.
yeah, not yet. Not
Yeah.
yet. By the way, it's recording your conversations as well. Oh, 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 I might have said something. As further heavy snow is expected to lead to travel disruption on Tuesday across northern parts of Scotland. Northern parts of Scotland, what do they expect? You're up in the same latitude as northern Scandinavia. The Met Office warned people that it wasn't safe to drive and to only make essential journeys. If you're going out in the snow to drive, it's going to be essential. The amber snow warnings are in place from 11 a.m. to 7. Oh, after 7, you're okay, right?
Yeah.
With a wider yellow snow and ice warning broadly across Scotland until midnight. That must be across the broad part of Scotland because it's very narrow down the bottom. Snow will move east across central and northern Scotland throughout Tuesday, according to the Met Office warning, which is in place until midnight. While 2 to 5 centimetres, 2 inches, right, is expected across the country. Some areas could see a further 10 to 15 centimetres over higher ground. So on the hills where, it'll stay there till June in the Highlands, you might have 4 to 6 inches. Wow. 4 to 6 inches. That's that's like a shower in Bulgaria. This is like, I remember driving across to Bulgaria, and this would have been late March. March, April is the kind of last time you're going to get any snow there. So I was going over just at the start of spring. And I got there and I took my stuff to the house, dumped it all in, and went into town, which is only like 15-minute drive. I said, I'll go and get something to eat and I'll do the shopping tomorrow and all that stuff. And I went to this restaurant, which is kind of below street level, so you couldn't see outside.
Hmm.
And I came out, there's 2 feet of snow in 2 hours. And it was still snowing. I drove home in a blizzard.
Wow.
And they're talking about 4 to 6 inches of snow being a major catastrophe here in
Yeah,
Scotland,
yeah,
where
yeah,
they're used to it.
yeah.
Anyway, weather warnings will remain in place until 11 a.m. tomorrow for the rest of the affected areas. Like you can't look out your window and go, it's a bit snowy. I think I'll wait until after 11. Which can expect a mix of rain, sleet, and snow showers. Snow showers could bring fresh accumulations. Well, what a genius. Of 5 to 8 centimeters. Wow. Now we're 2 to maybe 7 inches of snow across the northeast, with parts of Yorkshire getting a sprinkling. Lightning and gusty winds are also expected to cause hazards along the coastlines, but the risk of ice is set to increase on Tuesday morning after temperatures fall below freezing in the night. Adam Statura, the policy director at Age Scotland, urged people to stay at home where possible, according to the Telegraph. He said, with such cold temperatures and icing conditions ahead, try and make sure you have enough food and any important medications at home to reduce the need for unnecessary and potentially risky slips. And don't forget, you can't afford to pay your electric bill, so get another blanket and an extra cardigan out of the wardrobe, because you're going to need it. The forecaster warned that roads and railways will likely be affected by longer journey times, and some people might be injured if they fall on icy surfaces. It's genius, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's just
absolutely.
genius. Longer journey times because the roads are icy. Well, what a surprise. And you might hurt yourself if you fall. Wow.
Mm.
I'm glad they've got these health security agency people keeping us safe. The UK Health Security Agency, UKHSA, has issued amber cold health alerts for all of cold health alerts, right, for all of England until Friday at 10 a.m. So I guess you're okay at 10:01. Warning that there could be significant impacts across health and social care services, including a rise in deaths, particularly among those aged 65 and over or with health conditions. Or maybe they can't put the heating on.
Hmm.
Dr. Agostino Souza, head of extreme events and health protection at UXA, said, as the colder weather sets in, it is vital to check in on friends, family, and neighbours that are most vulnerable. They told you not to go out. I guess you've got to phone them. And they, oh no, I've had a slip and fall. I can't come out. I've been told to stay in by the Health Security Agency. I'm sorry, you're going to have to die where you are. But I can't reach the fire. Oh, tough. The forecast temperatures can have a serious impact on the health of some people, leading to increased risk of heart attacks, strokes, and chest infections, particularly for individuals over the age of 65 and those with pre-existing health conditions. Same old, same old.
Hmm.
It comes after the Met Office issued 4 amber snow warnings. They really want to get this across. Amber, amber, alert, alert. It'll be red ones then. When's the red ones come out? That must be 10 inches of snow or something. I don't know. Warnings across northern Scotland and 6 yellow snow and ice warnings across the rest of the UK stretching. Same thing again. Matthew Leonard, chief meteorologist at the Met Office, said, as we begin the first full working week of the year, we face a range of winter weather hazards with snow, showers and ice, like every other year. In the north of Scotland, snow showers are expected to become more frequent on Sunday nights, with some locations within the amber warning area seeing a further 20 to 30 centimetres accumulate by Monday morning. That's a foot of snow in the north of Scotland in the Highlands. Well, that sounds like a pretty mild winter to me. They have
Yeah,
avalanches up there.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, Elsewhere in the UK, snow showers, ice and frost are expected at times. Oh, they don't give us times here. Yeah, you've got to work that one out for yourself. Um, but milder air will make attempts. Like the milder air's waiting on the wings. Like push to spread eastward from Tuesday. This will mean rain becomes more likely in the south, but there is also the possibility of more organised snow. The snow's getting
More.
organised. Yeah. Right, lads. Right, lads. How many flakes have we got? We need
This takes us full circle back to the unionization of snowflakes.
no, yeah, yeah. They might, yeah. You could probably do them a deal and pay them. Pay Al
Yeah.
Gore, and the snow guys will
Yeah.
go. All right, all right, all right.
Yeah.
We'll hold off.
Yeah,
We'll hold off.
I'm gonna go work for UPS.
Yeah, we won't attempt to spread eastward. You said that to the Russians. Yeah. Anyway, possibility of more organised snow along the boundary of the mild and cold air masses. That's normal. Strong winds could also be a feature later in the week. Could. Hundreds of schools across the UK are still closed, with some rural parts becoming completely cut off and transport severely affected by the weather. Dozens of flights due to depart from Aberdeen International Airport were cancelled. That's up north, right? According to its website. Glasgow Airport also saw some disruption, with 5 flights cancelled over the course of Monday. You know how many flights fly out of Glasgow Airport? It's like Heathrow. It's like hundreds of them a day. 5 flights cancelled. Train lines also saw issues due to the weather. Remember, you used to have the wrong type of leaves landing on the track. Remember that one?
Hmm. Hmm.
Disruption to trains because of the wrong type of leaves were lying on the tracks. With ScotRail warning of disruption on routes around Aberdeen and Inverness for much of Monday. And Scottish Transport Secretary Fiona Hislop said, "We've already seen challenging conditions and freezing temperatures with more snow and ice on the way for some areas. Of course, for many, Monday marks a return to work from the festive break. If you have to travel, then please ensure your vehicle is winter ready and have a winter kit in your car. Follow Police
Hmm.
Scotland travel advice. If you can delay your journey until the amber warning has expired, please do so." What if it's expired? You look at the window and it's still chucking it down with snow that's organised itself to move east. And you think, I've got to go east. What am I going to do? I'd also like to thank all of the frontline staff, such as gritter drivers, chainsaw gangs, police officers, and chainsaw gangs. It sounds like the mass murderers. And many others who have been out working in dreadful conditions these past few days and over the next 48 hours. Well, they're well paid for it. And then it gives you the forecast. And by Wednesday, it'll be dry for many, with sunny spells. Scattered winter showers continuing in Scotland and some western areas, rather windy, with coastal gales developing in places and feeling very cold. And Thursday to Saturday, staying cold with frontal systems pushing in from the west. Oh, they've got organised. A mixture of rain, sleet and snow will move across the country at times with a risk of strong winds. So there you have it. Killer snow. Uh, I mean, in Bulgaria, uh, where I lived, was it could get up to 50 Celsius in the summer. It was hotter than Florida. And in the winter, the lowest it got was, when I was there, was minus 32 Celsius. And the reason you didn't go out is because you weren't stupid, because you couldn't really breathe in that kind of weather. So you just stayed at home, and everybody in a Bulgarian village is well prepared for it. And they have enough food to last them the whole winter if need be. And never mind just 1 or 2 days until they get their pensions or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's food in the garden. They still have food in the garden at that time of year.
Hmm.
Underneath the snow, they'll leave in, the cabbages will survive and everything, and they just dig them up.
Well, I've mentioned this before, but we hunkered down for the winter time because, you don't want to go out in this kind of weather. It's just good planning and it makes sense. And we were so far out. So here's what we did. We would stock up for the winter time, and that included things like eggs. I
Hmm.
stored eggs in the basement, and I hung them from a hook that was on the stairs going down into the basement. And we would get, 10 or 12 dozen at a time. So,
Hmm.
to last. And I also, I mean, but this is pioneer times, right? I
Hmm.
I put meat and fish in, what do they call those?
Soap boxes.
Yeah, the insulated box. What are
Hmm.
they? Ice chest,
Yeah.
and buried them in the snow
Hmm.
and the shade. And so I could go out and unbury it, and that way I'd have it no matter what. If the freezer went out in the house, if we lost power, I'd have that. And I learned too, because I remember one year I went down to get some eggs, and they had burst open. They had froze and burst open. some of them. I think I
Mm,
lost 2 or 3 dozen eggs. And so I'm like, okay, lesson learned. So then I wrapped them in towels
mhm.
and hung them on the hook, and the towels gave them a little bit of insulation. But I know this isn't how a lot of people would want to live. But it's
Well, I mean,
okay to take care of yourself. It's okay to
that
hunker down for the winter.
I was in Bulgaria, just over 10 years ago. I had two big like coolers, and they would have been like 2.5 feet long. I had two of them, and I'd filled my freezer up. And I thought, well, could be stuck in here for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks maybe. Had enough
Hmm.
wood and coal, and I had two of those big top boxes just sat outside with bungee cords around them to stop anything getting in them. And they
Yeah,
were the clip
yeah.
mounts and everything, so they
Hmm.
were all right.
Hmm.
And left them out, and everything was still frozen.
Yeah.
You know, don't worry about it. It's -30 outside. Why would I care if we're not going to thaw out? But yeah, it's common sense. Who in their right mind is going to go out in a blizzard
No.
unless they have to? You
Yeah.
know, maybe they're going to help their neighbor. Maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
that would be nice, but
Mhm. Well, people in Bulgaria still went out to the pub, believe it or not. And you go up to the pub, everybody sit their big jackets on, and there'd be one of these space heaters in the middle of the bar. One of those things that looks like a jet engine
hmm.
with the flames coming out of it. There's one of them sitting right in the middle of the bar. Nobody cared. Nobody thought about health and safety. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, that's what they did.
No, we've lost our way here, I think.
Well, again in Bulgaria, the roads were always cleared, like the main roads, that the buses still ran, everything. Wasn't any problem with that. Now you get what 4 inches of snow in the UK, and they're going, "Oh my God, it's the end of the world.
Yeah, yeah,
We can't cope."
yeah. Well,
That's
that's so
crazy.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is what we need to do in the new year. Get some eggs, keep them cool. Don't go out if you're in snow.
Well, we're going
And
to get the summer next. It's too hot. Don't go out.
uh,
Yeah.
and you really do get the heat down there.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, so you can deal with it if you want to. I mean, if you want to go out and sit in the sunshine, you're stupid. That's how you get hot. You know, I go out and I'll do a bit in the yard, and I'll have a hat on. I'll have myself covered up. I'll have long pants on and everything because I'm out in the sun. I don't want to get burnt. And
Hmm.
once I burnt the back of my knees once when I was young. Never again. Lesson learned. You can't walk. You know, but no, you cover up, and then maybe when I've done my stuff, I might go out and sit by the pool and read a book in my shorts, but I'll be in the shade.
Yeah.
You know, but, if people are relying on the government to tell them how to behave in weather, then it's like that girl using a friend to write her grocery list. They need some help. Need some life skills tuition, basic survival. Uh, don't go out when it's -30 degrees Celsius because you will die. And don't wear shorts either. There's still people like walk about here. It was on New Year's Eve. I did a market. It was something like 40 Fahrenheit, just above
Hmm.
freezing anyway.
Hmm.
And it was cold. You know, I had long pants. I had like 5 layers on. You know, I was all right. But there's people there with shorts on going, "Oh, it's cold." I'm like, "Really?" T-shirts are like, "Yeah, yeah, it's cold. Yeah, I'm not cold. I'm fine."
Yeah.
But people are dumb. They think it's macho. Well, I've just got shorts and t-shirts. I'm a tough man. Ooh, it's cold. Yeah. And they're drinking cold beer, at $8 a can from the
Yeah.
saloon. And you think, oh, you're mad. You're mad anyway, paying $8 a can.
Yeah.
But
Have you
yeah.
ever brewed your own beer?
Yeah, long time ago.
Okay. You just struck me. That just crossed my mind. You just struck me as the kind of fellow who might do that.
Yeah. But it takes up a lot of space and you need a lot of bottles and
Really?
yeah. I mean, I think they get kits. I think you can still get kits. I don't know. You get maybe, I don't know, 12 or 18 bottles or something. It won't take you long to go through that. You got to wait about 6 weeks for it. So you'd have to have, if you're going to drink beer every day, you don't want a constant, like a factory, a factory going to produce it,
Yeah.
you know, constantly.
Yeah.
But I just did it as a kind of little thing. I didn't do it. I only did it 2 or 3 times, and I thought that's a waste of time.
Yeah.
It costs more to buy the kit than to just buy it, you know.
Hmm.
But anyway, that was that.
Yeah, things we do.
I'm still making my own bacon.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah.
And how are the
So,
chickens doing?
yeah, right. Still got 4 of them that's been laying, but
Hmm.
they've slowed down a little bit, but they're still laying. So that's good. I'm going to get to the end of February and get another
Okay.
little chicks, and then it takes about 3 months to introduce them. So
Hmm.
you work out I'm going to do that because by the time I'll have them in here for 2 or 3 weeks with a heat lamp on them, and then I need to work out a way to segregate a little section in the coop and get them used to each other, and then you can release them and see if they get on.
And how's Jack?
Ah, Jack Shack, he's all right. He's
Hmm.
I took him out to I do one of the Dude Ranch. I mentioned it before.
Hmm.
I took her out to the market there on the Sunday because where I pitch up my tent, there's grass and there's a tree I can tie him to, and there's some shade and stuff. So I took him out there, and I forgot to do skeet shooting out there. So 9 o'clock in the morning, bang, bang, bang. And when it's in the distance, but he
Oh,
still heard it, of course.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I had a big long rope so he could get from the shade to where I was, and he disappeared. Oh, where's he gone? Where's he gone? And there's a big porch and there's a building. There's a 2 foot gap between them, and he was in there hiding.
Mm,
So then he eventually came out when the shooting stopped, and he just lay down and he was quite happy. And there was a little
good.
pug there, a little pug dog, only about, it's probably the height of a snowdrift in Scotland, about 10 centimetres. And he got on with that one very well, went for a walk with that. He was quite happy. So yeah, I'm taking him out again this Sunday. Just I'll try to get him used to the bangs because he hears any bang, he's kind of gets nervous. So
Yeah.
I'll try to get him used to it. See how he gets on. He liked the Avon lady. The Avon lady was next to me. He sat at her feet most of the time.
Oh,
I thought,
nice.
you traitor, you traitor. Why you sit next to me? But then any time somebody went by with a dog, he was over to me, and then he likes children. Any children
Hmm.
came in, he was like, oh, I'll go and speak to them. They'll scratch me.
Oh, that's nice.
So
That's
yeah,
nice.
so he
Well,
gets.
I'm going to run along, and you were just telling me before we started recording that you were planting seeds.
Yep, I
What did you
just planted
plant?
some. I've just got the seed packets here actually. I planted some turnips. I got
Mm,
some turnips came up the other day there. Ate them, they were good. What have we got? I've got red acre red cabbage,
mm.
uh, mi Mitch, Hi- Mitchy Hilly, Mitchy Hilly cabbage. That's one of those long cabbages. What's this? I've planted a few cabbages. I'm going to do sauerkraut and everything with them.
Oh,
Early
good.
round Dutch.
Hmm.
That's another cabbage. Swiss chard. Golden acre cabbage. What's this one? And purple top turnips. Oh, there's another cabbage here. Jersey Wakefield. I've got some radish here. I didn't put it in. Nah, not time for them. So that's what I put in just now.
Sounds good. Sounds
So we'll
good.
see what happens. I've got them in the tunnel, the greenhouse, for a few weeks, and then put them outside. I've got some little galvanized things coming today. Actually, the deep beds. They're only four
Oh,
feet by
right,
2 feet,
right. Yeah, yeah.
but I'm
Send
gonna
me send me
gonna
a
fill them
picture
with
of your
sticks.
send me a picture of your tunnels if you don't mind. I'll
The tunnel is full of polished plants at the moment
yeah. It's
because
a
she puts
snap
them in there for the winter.
snap a picture and we'll share it.
It's a mess, but
Well, that's okay. I
that's
mean,
gardening for you.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I don't
That's,
like what that those homesteading videos and the
yeah,
women
everything's
who are
pristine.
yeah, oh, I
Yeah,
know. It's like, oh, come on.
yeah. That's all for the camera. It's all
Yeah.
for show. Yeah.
Mm,
It's like there was a show, yeah, Jack and Ori or something. They used to do these little craft projects, and they go, "Here's one I done earlier." I'm like, nah, I want to see the messy bit that you did in between. Come on, you
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Oh, here it is. Look at that. It looks brand new. Yeah, but how did I get from that to that?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, yeah,
Well,
I'll take a picture of it.
okay. All right. Well, it was very nice to catch up with you. I enjoyed this thoroughly. I got my good laughs and that those kind of laughs that I can only get with you.
Oh, that's
So,
nice to know. But we didn't get to Kim Ledbetter, and maybe we should
Oh,
next time. Next time,
yeah.
because
Yeah,
on
she deserves a little time. So let's get to her and yeah, we
next time
can let's
around.
get to her and we can also I think we can circle back around to Jennifer Pritzker too.
Mhm.
We'll see
Yeah,
we'll find out what she's up to.
yeah. And
All right.
just as our last conversation, I think if you looked at this woman, you would say she or he is a bit severe. Yeah.
All right. Well, I will put up a picture of Kim and you can see. Yes, I agree. It is severe.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll call it a day at that then, and now I'll get back out and go do some weeding. I'll go do some
Okay.
weeding.
All right. That sounds good. And I think, let's see, I was just trying to think of what comes next week. I am going to be bringing you something that I've mentioned this series before, but Mike in Canada has made a series, and I don't think I've got a title for it yet, but there's going to be 12 videos, and I think I'm going to do them over 12 weeks. I may not run them always on a Thursday, but next Thursday I'm going to launch the first of those videos from Mike in Canada, and then I may run them as an extra. It depends on the schedule. So that's what's upcoming next week. And I wish you all a great week. All right, take care.
Well, I've got something that the world didn't give me, and the world cannot take it away. And I've got something that the world didn't give me, and the world cannot take it away. Well, it is love, sweet love, oh, sent to me from my Father.